June 17, 1994, a white Bronco brought 95 million Americans to their TV. 20 police cruisers and 9 helicopters followed Simpson in what was considered a slow chase, where Simpson was saying he was going to take his own life. That morning, O J Simpson was going to be arrested for the murder of his wife, Nicole Brown, and friend Ron Goldman. O J Simpson was born July 9th, 1947 in San Francisco, California. As a child, he had rickets, and without any medical care or attention, his mother made him braces to wear. He was bow-legged and pigeon-toed, but went on to become a successful football player. Not only that, he had something special about him. He was handsome and went on to appear on TV and movies. In 1995, he married his second wife, Nicole Brown. They were a beautiful couple in love until they weren't. In 1994, O J Simpson was accused of killing his ex-wife, Nicole Brown, and her friend, Ron Goldsmith. The evidence seemed overwhelmingly towards his guilt, but on October 3rd, 1995, he was acquitted of the crime. That is a short story about O J Simpson and the fact that he was accused of and found not guilty of killing his wife, Nicole Brown, and her friend, Ron Goldman. So first starting off, I thought we'd do a pendulum and just ask, was he responsible for her death? Whether that means he actually killed her himself, or he got somebody else to do it for him or with him, or any of that kind of thing. I just want to know, was he involved in the death? Now, I'm going to do the pendulum here, but I will fast forward because generally it takes a few minutes before it actually, gets a final answer. So let's just ask. Did he kill his wife, Nicole Brown, and her friend, Ron Goldman? Interesting. It's going between the yes and unsure. Yes and unsure. We need to do a reading. What happened with O J Simpson and his wife, Nicole Brown, and Ron Goldman? Was he there? Was he responsible? Remember in the court when they said if the glove doesn't fit, you must acquit? I mean, that was blood-soaked, and probably, if anything that's wet, whether it be blood or water or anything else, it's going to make it smaller, tighter. Okay. Love. Complete and utter obsessed love. At the basis of this is love. I think that there was probably, not every relationship is all good or all bad. And I'm sure it ended, when towards the end it was getting bad and she was feeling the abuse and all that. But it started off in love. It started off with him really caring about her and her really caring about him, to the point where he was almost obsessed with her. Crossing, he felt so unsure. He wanted for her to be his, but it's like he felt like he was a fraud. He felt like he was pretending, that somehow, some way that he gave off this air of knowing or feeling or confidence. But I think underneath it all, there was a real fear inside of him that he didn't want to see. He didn't want to know about this bad part of him. He knew that this part existed. 2 on 2. Underneath it all is the magician. This is somebody that had the ability to be able to do anything. I mean, he was football star, movie star, you know, did commercials. He really could have done anything he wanted to. In the past, we've got the Chariot just going in all different directions. And at this point, this is looking at, do you go with the side of good, or do you go with the side of you that's bad? Because a magician can be an amazing manifester or an amazing manipulator. So on top of it all, the King of Wands, he's in charge. He's in charge of what happened. He's in charge of what was going on and what happened. He's aware of it. He's the magician. He's the one that brought it together. Was he involved? Yes. Oh, and the world. The endings. Beginning and endings. Taking apart his world. Yeah, this is showing that he was involved. He was there when everything went down, but it wasn't just him. He had people, he had somebody else there to help with him. Like, there's people that know more, like Cato Caton knows more than what he's saying. There's more information that's there that may come out now with his passing. He was so controlling. He wanted to control everything, and he felt like he was a star. He was, you know, he was it, and that she should follow him and do as he wants her to do. That it should just come very easily to her to just accept the way things are because he's the star of this relationship. Definitely somebody who's narcissistic. My goodness, the cards. Because for the people around, it's like the Wheel of Fortune, fate. It's like this was fated to happen. This was part of our history now. Like it's something that people remember where you were when Simpson went on the run. People remember this story. They remember how effective it was. People really, you know, even if they believed he did it, they wanted him to get off. And there was just, it was such a time of mixed emotions. For him, we've got the Hermit. So going into himself, into his spirituality, this is showing that his passing has passed. And he is in a life review, having to look at what his life was like, where he came from, what his lessons were, what he was there to do. There's going to be information coming out. There's going to be more information and more stuff coming out about the story. So, you know, there's going to be people commenting on the story. We may even have another review or renewal of looking into the case, that kind of stuff, seeing like a 2020 type of deal. Now, I'm going to be really bad, and I want to know, did Kris Jenner have an affair with him? Yes or no? Did Kris Jenner have an affair with him? Yes or no? Kris Jenner had an affair on her best friend's, with her best friend's husband, with her husband's best friend. So her and her husband were best friends with Nicole, and they had an affair. He said that they did, and she does not want to remember it. She does not want to talk about it. It's like she wants to be so far removed from it, but 100% she had an affair with him. It might have just been, it wasn't just one night though. They had a couple of trisses. It's almost like they were flirting with each other throughout, you know what I mean? Underneath the table kind of thing. Wow. So that will be our reading on O J Simpson. I know that he has family and friends that are hurting, and my sympathies go out to them, to those who are missing him, to those who are feeling the loss, to those who believed in him. I feel like he was destined to come on this earth to make his mark, and it was to affect each and every person, because it made everybody think about race relations. It made everybody think about what it meant to be a black person in court compared to a white person in court, and just brought up so many other things that just affected not just the people in the case, but the world. I mean, you know, it was all over the United States. It was all over Canada. And I'm sure it'll be in infamy forever, you know. So, as always, we have our unity candle lit for each and every one of us. I thank you for your time, and I thank you for being here with me. Please feel free to like, subscribe, share, and do all that stuff that helps my channel. And if you have any questions, or if you have any ideas that you'd like for me to read on, please feel free to put them below. And until the next time we chat, take care, cheerio, God bless, and we'll talk later.